Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to your one-stop yoga channel, PDTV 8. So I want to remind you that the mission of this channel is to help people create a violence-free, stress-free society, help people foster well-being through breath, meditation, and yoga. So I have been getting a lot of questions of late as to why do you do all that you do? What is this meditation, breathing? Does it really help? How can it help us? So I thought I'll create a short video. So, have you ever noticed that the mind is usually going from past to the future? Yes. And when the mind goes to the past, usually what are the thoughts that are coming up? Usually it is no, we are regretting the past more often than not. Oh, I wish I had done it. I wish I had done it differently. Mm, I wish things were like that. Or it is about, oh, those days were so good. Wow, I wish I could get them back. Yeah. So either we are reminiscing those good old days or regretting it. Yeah. That's when the mind is in the past. And when the mind is thinking about the future, usually what is happening? Usually it is thoughts of worry, anxiety, what will happen? Mm, How can this happen? Will I be able to achieve my goals? I have all these loans, these EMIs. Will my health support me? My children, will they grow up properly? I'm doing everything I can, but the future looks so difficult. These days, the economy is not so great. How can I give my best to my children? Or, if I'm much younger, I say, oh, will I really be able to manage good career? There is so much competition these days. Will I actually get a good job? Will I get admission in Ivy League college? Will I be able to live my dreams? I have so many dreams today, but will I be able to live the life of my dreams? So, these are the thoughts usually one will, be surrounded with, clouded with when the mind goes into the future. Yeah. So, in both these cases, what is happening? It is causing us that big capital S word known as stress. No? Stress is what there is a beautiful definition of stress. What is stress? Stress is present body, absent mind. For example, you are sitting in your office having a discussion with your boss, or you're in a meeting and your body is there, but your mind is somewhere else, and you are asked a question. It's a very important meeting, but because your mind is somewhere else, someone takes your name and says, Priyanka, your mind is elsewhere. Priyanka, and suddenly your mind comes back. Yeah. So that's a cause of stress. Don't you agree? Or if you are sitting, let's say, with your girlfriend or boyfriend or spouse, yeah, and it's a celebration time, let's say it's an anniversary, it's an important occasion, and this person is saying something and then asks you a question and suddenly is expected. Tell me what, and suddenly you're like, huh? Ah, that is major stress, don't you think? Yeah. So, what is the reason? The body is present here, but the mind is somewhere else. See, the mind has this tendency to keep vacillating. It keeps going. here and there. That is the tendency of the mind. Yes, that is what causes us stress. So mm, that's what the body is doing. Secondly, what the body is here, but what's happening to the body as we are, growing older? Problems are happening in the physical body. Some aches, pains, twitches, some problem. So that's also, something that we all want to work with. Yes, that we want to ensure that our body is actually listening to us. But more often, what is happening these days? uh, the body is giving up on us. We are having to feed it with so many medicines, and this only so that we are able to do what we want to do. See, the body is our vehicle to do anything and everything in this you can say the earth journey. The vehicle we have to do anything, whatever we want to do is the body. So what is the goal? Isn't it to have a disease-free body, a fit body, a body that will allow us, enable us to do everything how and when we want to do, in the way we want to do it. Yeah. So, and then let's talk about the breath. When do we ever notice this breath? Tell me. Only when we have to catch a flight or a train, or suddenly there is some competition when we have to run. Or these days, the latest, was, we've all seen the AQI, the horrific AQI, especially in places like Delhi NCR, and associated problems with it. That's when we notice, oh, there is something known as the breath. uh, So we want that our breath, there is this saying, no breath, no life. No breath, no life, which is you know your breath, you start getting to know your life. So breath is that important, you know. So again, what is the goal with the breath? The goal is that our breath is, is it has a nice rhythm, is natural rhythm. We are not panting, we're not gasping for breath, we're not getting short of breath. But you see, the breath is something so, breath is one of the things which really impacts our mind. At the same time, our mind also impacts our breath. Like how, just have you observed when you are unhappy, what happens to your breath? Huh? The breath becomes so sad. When you are angry, how did he say this? How did he tell me that? You see what happens to the breath? We get so short of breath because we are so angry and irritated. And when we are sad and depressed, we are hardly able to breathe. There's no breath coming out. But when we are very happy, think of a moment when you're enjoying a really good meal or you're spending time with your family, friends, and you're just loving it. What happens to the breath? Wow. You take the breath becomes long and deep. Yeah. The beauty is that by simply working on the breath, we can change our emotions. See, till today, what is happening for most of us? Our emotions are a certain way because of a certain reaction that happens in the mind, and our emotions go in a certain way. Because of that, our breathing pattern changes. Yes, what happens? Anger, irritation, hatred, fear, all those things, these negative emotions, they tend to impact our breath. And then when these emotions continue in us unchecked for a longer duration of time, then it starts impacting uh, our energy, you can say. It starts impacting what is known as our uh, our Anandmay Kosh. So I'll record another video once about, the different koshas, the different sheets. But basically what it's saying is that our bliss body, we have gone out of bliss. How do we know? We are upset. We are not blissful, right? A natural state is to be happy, to be blissful, to be joyful. It's like small babies, right? Babies are smiling 400 times a day unconditionally. They don't need a reason to smile. It's not like, oh, today I won a lottery, so I'm going to smile. Yeah, babies don't do that. Babies are always smiling, yeah, until we train ourselves otherwise. So, coming to the point that when our bliss body or our Anandmay Kosh, gets disturbed, that happens when over a longer period of time, our negative emotions have remained unchecked. Yes. So then what happens? It starts troubling at the level of the mind. Our thoughts become more negative. Our energy levels start going down, and slowly, after a period of time, our physical body gets disturbed. So, study says that it takes a good 6 months for a disease to come into the physical body from the time our bliss body has been affected, right? It takes that long. It's not that suddenly one fine day, just out of the blue, some problem has happened in the physical body. Yeah. So that is how important our breath is. That simply by changing our breathing consciously through breathing practices known as pranayam, Sudarshan Kriya. I teach the Sudarshan Kriya, Art of Living Sudarshan Kriya program regularly. If you want to know more about it, you can contact me in the link in the group description. So the point is that our breathing impacts our emotions, and thereby we can change our emotions. Otherwise, what is happening? Otherwise, we are just, um, it is like a remote. Some situation happens which causes us to get angry, irritated. We get angry, irritated. But when we have these tools of breathing, meditation, then we are able to, through breathing, through meditation, actually have a different response, and we don't become victims of our surroundings. We don't become victims of our circumstances, right? And then what happens? So the body is there, the breath is there, and then the mind. How does it start impacting the mind? Now, when mind is de-stressed, how does this de-stress happen? Through meditation, through Sudarshan Kriya, through pranayams, through all of these spiritual practices, then the mind gets more relaxed. And when the mind is relaxed, what happens? We become calmer, mind is calmer, decision making improves. It is like, for example, let's say if you are in Delhi, for example, and if you have to travel from Connaught Place or Rajiv Chowk to Gurgaon on a Monday morning, it will take, let's say, about an hour or so. But the same distance, if one has to cover, let's say, on a Thursday late night, 2, 3 a.m., it will probably take just around 30 minutes or so, roughly. So, what has changed? The distance has not changed, but what has changed? The traffic, isn't it? Yes, the traffic on the road has reduced. Similarly, when we meditate, when we do Sudarshan Kriya, the thoughts in our mind, they start subsiding. This constant traffic of thoughts. So, what happens? Then our mind becomes clearer. And how does it impact our productivity? If I am a student and I'm sitting up with a couple of books in front of me trying to study, when the mind is relaxed without clutter, not so many thoughts, after I have done my meditation, pranayam, sudarshan kriya, the mind is relaxed. There's hardly any traffic of thought. So whatever I'm reading, my mind is able to focus on that. My mind is able to concentrate and I'm able to grasp. My observation improves, my perception improves, and my even my expression becomes so much better. If I am a professional, I have a job, I have a business, I have some deadlines to meet, I have a big project to take care of. When my mind is decluttered, then I am able to focus so much more. And one of the uh, the benefits of meditation, of doing these practices, is that our mind becomes so much more relaxed. We are able to concentrate so much more. Now, people think that meditation is concentration, but actually, meditation, the byproduct or the benefit of Sudarshan Kriya meditation is that we are able to concentrate so much more. And when we are able to do that, our productivity increases by leaps and bounds. In fact, there are several studies by leading institutes, including the All India Institute of Medical Sciences, Yale University, so many, that by practicing Sudarshan Kriya, our quality of sleep improves significantly. Our stress levels reduce so much. We are able mm, to come up with much more creative solutions. We are able to actually not just, simply just live life really, but actually become totally self-empowered. And, so many companies, so many people, these days it's a buzzword. Think out of the box. But tell me, if one is himself or herself trapped in that box, how can one think out of the box? So, for any out of the box solution to happen, the mind has to be go outside that box, right? That is what happens through meditation. When we meditate, when we do Sudarshan Kriya, our ability to get these out of the box solutions, that really, really increases so much. So, like I said, when I started um this recording, this topic today, that people often ask me, why do you uh, do these practices and how does it really help? So, if I have to sum it up, number one, my stress levels reduce so much. Number two, my quality of sleep really, really goes up significantly. Number three, I'm able to focus more. My productivity increases so much. Number four, my relationships actually get better because I am present for my relationships. The mind is there. When I'm with my family, when I'm with my in my office situation, when I'm with people who I need to be with, I am there, I'm present for them. So my relationships naturally are so much more pleasant. Um, and number five, health. Health, that major thing, wellness, well-being, it is such a buzzword these days. But what does actually well-being mean? What does it really mean to be well, Hmm. Shri Ravi Shankar ji, Gurudev, he says something so beautiful that, being health is not just an absence of disease. Often we think, okay, I don't have any problem, so I'm well, but health is, absolutely holistic. When it encompasses physical health, mental health, spiritual health, social health. In fact, even the WHO has given such a beautiful definition of health, which includes all these aspects: social, emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual. And so, in a nutshell, if I can say, It really helps people around to live better, to live in a more stress-free manner, and they are able to actually, uh, really enjoy life. That's the goal, right? Why do we do anything? Tell me. Whatever we do has only uh, two reasons why we do anything. That's what research says. Number one is that by doing it, I think I will feel better or I will feel happier, or by not doing it, my misery will go away. So there's so much of research on why we do what we do. So in a nutshell, the smile on the face, that smile, that big S. So from that big S of stress, it comes down to the big S of smile. So you should choose. The S will be there. So do you want to have that S, which is the stress S or the smile S? Yeah. And once again, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, you can do so that you continue getting notifications. If such kind of topics interest you, you can, share your feedback in the comments. If you want to connect for, I teach yoga classes, I teach Sudarshan Kriya, Pranayam, meditation. So if any of those interest you, then you can contact me. So till then, take care and keep smiling. Yeah. Bye.